Hi, I'm Las Vegas. In this video, we're comparing 4 of the analog color circuits from the SSL Fusion hardware to SSL's new lineup of Fusion plugins. This includes the Vintage Drive, Violet EQ, HF Compressor, and Stereo Image plugins. Currently, the plugins sell for $199 each, or are available as part of the SSL Complete bundle starting from $14.99 a month. The SSL Fusion hardware sells for $26.99, but it's currently on sale for $22.99 for the next few days. In total, there are 6 color circuits, so at $199 a plugin, it would cost just under $1,200 for the plugins. Let's find out if the hardware is worth the extra $1,100 or more. But before we begin, I want to give a big thank you to Front End Audio for providing us with the SSL Fusion for today's shootout. Front End Audio has all the latest pro audio gear at the best prices and are known throughout the industry for their top-tier customer service. They offer free shipping, easy financing, 30-day returns, lifetime support, and a gear buyback program that helps ensure you always have the latest equipment best suited for your sound and workflow. So if you're interested in purchasing the SSL Fusion, I included a link in the description below. For this test, we'll be using the final mix for my upcoming debut release, Work It Out. Work It Out. I started by dialing in my settings on the hardware first. The first thing I did was adjust the input trim and drive control until the LED in the Vintage Drive section lit up green consistently with occasional flickers of orange. Once I got my input, drive, and density settings dialed in and hitting the sweet spot, I set the Violet EQ to 30 Hz and 8K and boosted each by 4.5 dB. Then I set the crossover on the HF compressor to 15K and adjusted the threshold until the LED started to flicker green only in response to sibilance. I then engaged the Stereo Image color circuit and started playing with the space and width settings. I landed on -2 and +2. Then I turned the output trim all the way down to compensate for the boost and gain that was added along the way. When I had everything set just the way I thought was best, I printed the mix with the SSL Fusion hardware processing to a new track in real time. Next, I loaded up the original mix on a new track and started adding the plugin versions of the 4 color circuits. I matched the settings on all the plugins to the hardware, only adjusting the output gain along the way. Then I exported each comparison as 96K 24-bit WAV files and precisely level matched the digital exports with the printed tracks using integrated LUFS measurements from beginning to end. I'll start by playing a section of the mix with no SSL Fusion processing, so you can get an idea of what it sounds like before and after. Next, we'll compare each color circuit back to back, then a few different combinations, and end with all color circuits engaged. All right, let's do it. Let's do it till we work it out. 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 Let's do it So, what do you think? Is the hardware worth the extra money and rack space, or do the plugins come close enough? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching. See you on the next one.